have got a very special guest in the studio. He's been on the credits of every single episode since the show began in 1985. But what exactly is his role? We will find out later.
It's a very special week for EastEnders, celebrating 40 years on screen, and someone who has been on the credits of every single episode is Simon May. Welcome, Simon, please.
Thank you.
Reveal your connection to EastEnders.
I'm a composer, songwriter, and I wrote the theme to EastEnders.
I mean, that is iconic. What a great party starter conversation.
Thank you.
So, you were asked to write this theme back in 1985. How did it come about?
Tony Holland, one of the two creators of EastEnders, phoned me up. I'd written music for two of his drama shows that he was script editor on. He said, Simon, I'd love you to come and meet Julia Smith. We're developing a new drama series for BBC called East 8.
East 8?
East 8, yeah, the postal code. It's a bit posher nowadays, but it was the model for the square. And we'd love you to write the theme song.
So your first attempt, though, didn't go down too well. What happened?
Well, Julie and Tony told me that the show was going to be very dark and edgy. So when I wrote my first demo, it was a dark, edgy piece, no melody or just very atmospheric. And I took it back to Julia and Tony, and I could see when they were listening to it on their cans, there was a stern expression on Julia's face. She took her cans off and said, Simon, that is exactly what we don't want. So I said, OK, no problem, Julia. In that case, that's a really good brief. I'll write something that's the opposite of what I've just brought you. And something very melodic, bringing people in from the garden and the kitchen. And that's the current EastEnders theme.
Classic was born.
Truly. And right, fast forward to 2025, you now have an incredible job. You're a music teacher in a specialist school. What do your kids think about the fact that you are the guy behind the theme tune?
Well, it's great, actually. I work one day a week at Unstead Park School, special needs school for Asperger's kids. And I always remember, not so long ago, one of my kids said to me at the end of an afternoon period, he said, Simon, get a move on. You're going to be late for EastEnders. I said, what? He was under the mistaken impression that every time EastEnders is broadcast, I have to go to Elstree to play the theme live.
Well, it technically is going to be live very, very soon.
This is the first time, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, there we go.
It will be live.
Simon is going to be playing that iconic theme tune for us in just a moment, and do stay tuned for that hour-long episode right after the show. And thank you so very much to all of our guests this evening.
Alex and Roman will be back tomorrow, but for now, Simon, take it away.